Chris Brown's name has long been synonymous with controversy, but in 2025 his legal troubles crossed borders yet again, this time landing him in the middle of a serious criminal case in the United Kingdom. For many, Chris Brown is remembered as the R&B superstar, whose meteoric rise in the mid-2000s made him one of the biggest names in music. But that fame has often been overshadowed by a long history of violence and legal battles. Now, a nightclub incident in London has added a new chapter to his turbulent legacy. It all started in 2023 at a packed nightclub in Manchester, where Brown was performing and celebrating with his entourage. According to UK authorities, the night took a violent turn when an altercation broke out between Chris Brown and Abraham Diop, a respected music producer. Witnesses claim that words escalated into threats and then into violence. Investigators say Brown smashed a bottle over Diop's head during the argument, causing serious injuries that required medical treatment and left Diop with what the British police described as grievous bodily harm. For nearly 2 years, the case hovered in the background, but the UK police never dropped it. In May 2025, British authorities executed a warrant for Brown's arrest when he returned to the UK for another show. He was taken into custody in Manchester and held for questioning about the 2023 incident. Under UK law, the charge of grievous bodily harm is serious and can carry a lengthy prison sentence if convicted. After a brief court appearance, Brown was granted bail, but under strict conditions. He was required to surrender his passport, report his movements, and remain in the country while the case moved forward. Through his lawyers, he has pleaded not guilty, claiming the allegations are exaggerated and insisting he acted in self-defense. For many fans, it's a painful reminder of Brown's long and troubled history with violence. His 2009 felony conviction for assaulting pop star Rihanna remains one of the music industry's most infamous scandals. Despite years of attempts to rebuild his image and career, Brown has repeatedly found himself facing new allegations, from altercations at clubs to accusations of battery and probation violations in the United States. The UK case is now shaping up to be one of the biggest legal battles of his career in years. Prosecutors are building their argument around eyewitness testimony, security camera footage, and medical evidence detailing the injuries suffered by Diop. Meanwhile, Brown's legal team is preparing to challenge the charges in court, determined to paint the incident as a misunderstanding blown out of proportion by the media.
As the court date approaches, questions swirl about whether Chris Brown's history will weigh heavily against him, or if his legal team can convince a British jury that he's once again the victim of his own celebrity status. One thing is certain. For Chris Brown, this is no longer just about music or reputation. It's about freedom. If found guilty, he could face prison time in the UK and even restrictions on traveling and performing internationally, threatening the career he spent years trying to keep alive, despite scandal after scandal. As the trial unfolds, the world watches to see whether Chris Brown will finally break the cycle of violence that has haunted his name for more than a decade, or whether yet another court verdict will forever cement his legacy as a star whose fame was constantly shadowed by trouble with the law.